This next 4 weeks, I'm gonna introduce you guys to a new series we're gonna do. It's called The Life of Jesus. And basically, that's a cool picture. That's Galilee, actually, in the Middle East. That's a Galilee somewhere. Somewhere, I don't know where that is. It is Galilee, but I have no idea where in Galilee that is. That might be the Sea of Galilee. You guys are way smarter than me. Here, you preach. Y'all preach. I'm gonna listen. Okay, just kidding. But we're gonna take the next 4 weeks and we're gonna study the life of Jesus. Because we always talk about Jesus can set us free, but we never talk about the man who Jesus was and like what he did and what he did during his time as a person, as a good-looking guy like me, or like you, if you're a guy. But and so I was thinking, like, how can a guy who lived 2010 years ago, how can he be relevant? Like, how can his life be like mine? Like, we're always talking about, oh, be like Jesus, but we never talk about how. And so the next 4 weeks, I really want to talk about how we can live like a guy who lived way back in time, way back in 2010 years.
Wow.
That's longer than anybody in this room will ever live. I'm funny, dang it. If you didn't laugh, then there's something wrong with you. But so be prepared, because this sermon series, it's growing me, and I want it to grow you guys closer to God and closer to Jesus as you begin to make your life look like Jesus. And so take these words as God moves through me. I want you guys to be empowered, and like, this is a challenge. This is going to be pushing and pulling you guys, because to make the life of Jesus your life isn't really like easy as 1, 2, 3. It's something you guys got to work towards. And so I want to take a quick step, and so let's just do a backup story, okay? We'll do the early years. This is up until Jesus was born, and then, you know, what happens after that. And so y'all know the story. Jesus was born to a Virgin Mary and died on a cross. But what else do you guys know? Is that all you guys know?
Good man.
I mean, you know, like, that's all you guys know. Like, what happened when he was a little kid? Like, because he was born, he didn't just all of a sudden become, hey, I'm a 33-year-old man. Now what? You know? He didn't just do that. And so he grew up. So Jesus was born to the Virgin Mary in Bethlehem, but that's not where he lived. He lived with his mom and pop in a town called Galilee, which was in the middle of Israel. Galilee, it's nice and pretty, you know, Sea of Galilee. He was born there, and so to a Jewish region of Galilee. And the people of Galilee, they believed that a long time ago in their history, God spoke to their leader Moses, and he gave Moses a copy of what he said. Like, he gave them a set of rules, the 10 Commandments, but he also gave him basically the Torah. The Torah, which is, if you look, it's actually the first 5 books of our Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Those 5 books are what the Torah. And if you look, the Torah, it actually translates to, in our language, it translates to the way. And so when God spoke to Moses and he gave them a tablet, or these tablets of what, you know, the rules, the laws of God, how to follow God, God gave him the way to live. And so what he's saying here is that the first 5 books of the Torah, and the Torah means the way, but they believed that the Torah, the first 5 books, were the way, the truth, and the life. It was the perfect way for them to live. It was the best way to live because God designated it to them to live like that. If you followed the Torah, you were living the best life possible. And see, we know that God spoke these words because if you read in 2 Timothy 3:16, we read that all Scripture is God-breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness.